Heather, his wife, who was an Air Canada flight attendant for years, and they met on the job. He wasn't working; he was unemployed, and he was on her flight to Australia, and she thought, "Oh my God, I've got this idiot and his 3 buddies with me for 14 hours." Well, she ended up marrying him 6 months later.
Yeah. Wow!
It was an incredible story, love story. He worshipped the ground she walked on. She twice breast cancer survivor. They retired. When she retired, they bought a place at Captain's Cove in Ladner, and they golfed. And she got involved with the golf club, and he sat around and he moped. He didn't know what to do. He was lost. He didn't have all his buddies. He was always a great supporter of the Canucks, and like this with Francesco Aquilini, and of course anybody who passed through. Jim got to handle the Dolly Partons, the actors, all the stars, royalty, and but he felt lost, and then he became, Heather worked on him. He finally became a marshal and drove around the golf course, because then he could still kibitz with people.
He was still a concierge.
100%.
That's beautiful.
But he spent 4 years being lost, and then he just got into that, and then he had bad health.
He couldn't have been very old.
72, I think.
Too young.
That's way too young.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, but that's the problem, when you do that type of work, and you're so
40
used
years
to
as
being,
concierge.
Out
with
there.
people and just lifting them. It's very hard not to.
You can't cut that off.
We're good to go.
Yeah, you can't cut that off. Oh, excellent. That's great. Yeah. Well, I just see this as a natural transition for you to, if your background is helping and assisting people, making them feel special, and looking after detail. This is a natural for you.
Yes.
That's how I see it.
And that's how I saw it too.
Yeah.
Which is why I wanted to get into this field.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay, well, let's just roll. It's just a conversation. Sometimes I refer back to the paper so at least I know where I'm going with the conversation. But if Allison has answered a question and you want to embellish on that question, absolutely. It's like if you don't think I'm going to come to you next, but you really want to add something, just hold your hand up. We'll just flow back and forth, and don't be scared about speaking up if she hasn't given a complete answer, and back and forth as well. As Allison will want to embellish on everything that you say, and vice versa. So,
well, I would hope so.
Yeah. Well, this
embellishment is my thing.
Just pretend we're sitting down and we're in the local pub, and we've got a glass of wine in our hands, and we're just gonna.
Actually, can we get a glass of wine?
You can.
Just kidding.
You can.
Thanks.
We used to have a stash in that office, actually. Yeah. Okay, so let's roll and just see where we're going.
And now, it's BoomerLife, lifestyle discussion designed to make your life more engaging, meaningful, and complete. Celebrating the baby boomer generation, this is BoomerLife on CIL 650.
And welcome to Boomer Life on CL 650. I'm Joanne Sutton, and we'd like to extend a very special welcome to Vancouver Island listeners of the program today, as we have a very special message that will take us straight across the water from Vancouver to the harbor city of Nanaimo. Today on Boomer Life, we're going to focus on the many positive living options available with Origin Active Lifestyle Communities. Demographic trends illustrate a strong long-term growth for serviced housing and care facilities for an aging population. Baby boomers are rapidly reshaping the Canadian retirement housing industry, and older facilities are no longer desirable. And that's where Origin comes in. Origin is a proven developer and operator of a full spectrum of housing and care facilities for Canadian seniors, and can move quickly in the right circumstances to create value. So joining us in the studio today, we have Allison Howard, Vice President of Sales and Marketing from Origin Active Lifestyle Communities. And we also have Judy Carter joining us today. And Judy is the General Manager at OriginAtLongwood in Nanaimo. So ladies, a special welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And if we can start with Allison, you have been a guest on Boomer Life before, but tell us a little bit about yourself, your background.
Absolutely. Thanks, Joanne. So I have worked with Origin Active Lifestyle Communities in a few different roles, off and on for the past 10 years. More on than off, I must say. And it's been such an amazing experience for me, and one in where I've had the opportunity to grow and develop, not only professionally, but as a person as well. And I think that's probably what the best thing is about working at Origin, is that you truly get to connect with yourself and where your strengths are and where your heart lies, and give back to the people who honor us with choosing to live with us. So I started with Origin at Longwood in Nanaimo as the sales and marketing manager there, and then became the general manager, and then business development manager, and then within the last 18 months I've been very fortunate to become the vice president of sales and marketing for our national company, overseeing all of our branding and our advertising and our events and our teams, our sales teams across the country.
You're a very busy lady, Allison. Judy Carter, can you just share a little bit about yourself as well?
Certainly. Like Allison, I started with Origin at Longwood when they opened. And I started as a concierge. So I've worked my way through a few different roles as well. So I started as concierge, went to assisting the business manager, then went on to be the business manager and the leasing coordinator, assistant general manager. I was assistant to Allison as when she was general manager, and now general manager, which the post I've held for the last 3 years. One of the exciting things about working for Origin, the company, is that it allows you to grow. It affords you an opportunity to grow into a role in which you were meant to be. And in my case, I think that I've just done just that.
You've grown.
I have grown.
Well,
yes.
this is kind of ironic, because my next question was going to be, who wants to start first? Tell us more about Origin and why you so love your job so much. But it doesn't even seem like it's a job, Allison. It just seems like it's a way of life.
That's it in a nutshell, Joanne. It really is a way of life. I never wake up in the morning and think I've got to go to work today. I wake up in the morning and I think, how am I going to make a difference today? What am I going to do today that is going to really change somebody's life? And I mean, at my level, when you're creating ads or you're working with your group of lifestyle advisors, you think maybe you're removed from that, but I know that everything that we do touches somebody's life in a very meaningful and important way. And the message, for me, the message that I want to convey about Origin isn't about, oh, come and buy our product. It's not about that. It's come and live with us and have this enriching, amazing life.
And share this journey.
And share this journey and let us be a part of that. And how can we help you achieve purpose in your life? What is your purpose? Like, that's one of our new taglines, live your life on purpose. What's your purpose? What do you want to achieve? How can we help you achieve that? Imagine waking up every day and being inspired by the people you serve to live on purpose and to help them achieve an opportunity to live their purpose.
Well, you've painted such an idyllic picture. I'm not sure who would want to start and answer the question. Give us a little bit of background about Origin, and even specifically Origin at Longwood, or just the company in general, for those of us that don't know what Origin is as a retirement community.
I think Allison would be best suited to answer that, yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, Origin is just so unique because of our philosophies and where we've come from. We're 14 years old, and Neil Prashad, who was a guest here last month, is the former Chief Operations Officer for a company called Amica, which is quite well known across Canada, particularly for the fact that they've just been purchased by Bay Bridge. And so he really grew up in this industry. His mom was a nurse in a old-fashioned care facility in Ontario, and he went there every day and saw how care was being provided, and it imprinted on him. And when he became an architect and went to Harvard and looked at managing public communities, he decided he wanted to do things differently. And he was able to achieve a lot of that with Amica, and then he decided to go out on his own and create Origin. And what that has afforded him and us by association is the opportunity to meet people where they are individually. We're a smaller company. We're privately owned. We are responsive. We're nimble. We can react to a community in which we're building in to meet their needs and their culture and their desires, as opposed to being larger and just going and putting our model in. We work collaboratively to create something that works for everybody. And that's very much how Longwood came about, because Longwood is a master plan community, and there's 300 condominiums there that were built for 55 plus people 15 years ago.
So it sounds like Origin actually was one of the first companies to come along and extinguish a lot of the old stigmas about what a retirement lifestyle was like, and get rid of the terms like nursing homes and care homes and all of that. They appear to be a leader.
Absolutely, absolutely.
As a matter of fact, in our team, we stigmatize those terms. So when we first started, we had a jar, and every time you referred to our community as a facility, you had to put a quarter in.
Yeah.
You know, so we had to change people's mindset, because we were drawing from the community for employment, and so they were coming to the community with those preconceived ideas of what an old age home would be. So we had to change the whole culture.
You had to educate the culture.
We did.
Yeah, absolutely, we did. Yeah.
So paint us a little bit of a picture of what some of the properties are like. And I'm not even sure that you even refer to it as a property anymore.
For sure.
Is that another one? So you have to educate me.
Property is fine, because it actually is a property.
Yeah.
The term that we are most comfortable with is our community. So you'll even notice in our name, in all of our names, it's OriginAtLongwood Active Lifestyle Community. We don't have the word retirement in our name at all. There's a reason for that, because retirement sort of evokes the thought of, well, you're sitting around watching time, right? That's not what you're doing at an Origin community. So yes, property is fine. And where we are situated in Nanaimo is very unique, because we partnered with Insight Developments, which was a leader in Nanaimo for vision and for reshaping the face of Nanaimo, and they did such a fantastic job. And they started with a gorgeous English style high street village. So they put the shopping in first, and they put unique boutiques in there, and most importantly, a liquor store and a pharmacy and a grocery store, which are key anchors for a master plan community. And then they built the most expensive condominiums that Nanaimo has ever seen, and they sold them all.
Wow.
And they sold them, as we said, to people over the age of 55. They sold them during the leaky condo issues, and they were the best built condos you will ever see. Zero problems with them whatsoever. And they stand to this day, beautiful gardens, water features. They're spectacular. And so when they were recognizing that their community members were aging and needing services, they realized that they needed a different component to offer, a different housing option. And they searched wide and far, and they found Neil. So Doug Bromwich, who's well known in Nanaimo, a visionary who headed up Insight Developments, searched long and far to find the company that he wanted to partner with, who had the heart, who shared the values that they shared as a builder. I know sometimes those terms are mutually exclusive, but not.
They can be, yeah.
They can be, but definitely not in Insight's case. And they found Neil, and it was this absolute merging of the minds and this absolute genesis of these two values and this heart that came together, and they built OriginAtLongwood.
So Judy, as general manager of OriginAtLongwood, and I know Alison's already spoken to the philosophy behind it, in your words, how do you describe life at Longwood?
I would say that life at Longwood is can be described as gracious, active, engaging, an environment of compassion and caring, and where the team and the residents come together to form a very vibrant community.
Origin is now, did you say 14 years old?
Just about 14
Just
years
almost
old.
14
Yeah.
and growing, we understand. There is another property on the horizon, and I think we actually got Neil Prashad, CEO, to speak about it very briefly in our last show, because it's coming up in South Surrey, White Rock area. Is there anything else you can share about that property?
We're definitely moving along in the process with that. What I can share is that this, when we come to formalizing all of this, and we're very, very close on doing that, we're so excited about this opportunity because it's all about community.
And you have a lot of community input into the project.
Well, we have a lot of community input into the project, but we also will be reaching out to community. What's important to us in all of our communities is that our walls are porous, that people come and go, and that we're a part of the community. We're not an enclave. We're not sequestered in any way. We are part of the community. We want the community to come in and be part of us, and we want to be out there and be part of the community. And Judy can tell you a lot about what that looks like in Nanaimo. But it is about creating a difference, and it is about, we know we're serving people. We know they're giving us their money to do that, but we have to be really, really good corporate citizens and give back. And it's not an effort to us. It's truly where our values are. So we're really excited about this project. There's been some preliminary meetings around it. The people with whom we're working are so beautifully aligned in values with us and their vision and why they want to do what they're doing. More to come, I promise. We're really excited.
Absolutely. That's Origin Active Lifestyle Community coming soon to South Surrey, White Rock area. You're listening to Boomer Life on CL 650. I'm Joanne Sutton, and joining us in the studio today, we've been speaking with Alison Howard, the Vice President Sales and Marketing at Origin Active Lifestyle Communities, and Judy Carter has joined us today. She's the General Manager at OriginAtLongwood in Nanaimo. If you want to get more information about it, please visit the website originway.ca. Coming up next, we'll get more details on what makes Origins at Longwood so special right here on Boomer Life on CL 650.
Celebrating the baby boomer lifestyle. This is Boomer Life on CL 650.